Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, the food experience is back. And today's experience, I'm going to try to make a taco pie. And we're going to finish it off in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. Normally the recipe calls for regular corn tortillas, but instead I got some crunchy yellow corn tortillas. I think it would make a nicer touch. I don't know, I could be wrong. We're going to find out. Someone that I saw in the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven group, I think it was Charlene, I'm not exactly sure. She posted something about this and I'm like, you know what, that sounds really, really good. Now, normally you need a spring-form pan so you could release it and everything remains intact. I don't have a spring-form pan and not enough time to get one today, so instead I'm going to use this little mini cake pan. Hopefully I could get a spatula underneath. There is a little bit of room at the edges outside of the tortilla. I already measured it. And hopefully it works out good. But first things first, we gotta season some ground beef and cook it up and all that good stuff. I'm gonna use my own seasoning and let's just get down to it. First, I'm starting off with a pound of 85-15 ground beef. That way it's lean enough where I don't have to drain the fat. A little fat in there is actually good. And I'm going to get it all browned. I got it all broken up. And then we're going to add our spices. Now that the meat's all brown, I'm going to go ahead and get our seasoning together. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off on this. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Can't find my half teaspoon, so the quarter twice will do. Quarter teaspoon onion powder. Little pinch of dried oregano. Half a teaspoon of paprika. I'm using 2/4 teaspoons. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. About a teaspoon of salt. They say sea salt. I got Himalayan pink salt. It's just what I got. So I'm just going to kind of guesstimate on the salt. And also a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to put kind of a lot. I like black pepper. I'm also going to use a teaspoon of ghost pepper powder to bring up the spice a little bit. Next, I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of water. Go ahead and turn the heat back on. I was cooking at a medium. Now I'm going to go pretty much medium low. And go ahead and stir everything well together so it's combined. And that way all the ground beef gets that nice taco seasoning that I put together. Save money this way, and you're getting only the spices instead of any other junk that commercialized taco seasoning brands may use. You could also put some red pepper flakes in here. I'm not going to do that because I added ghost pepper powder, and I think that's going to bring up the heat to a nice level. I also diced up a couple of fresh habaneros, going to add them to the mix. And go ahead and stir them in. Also, before the water's completely gone, I'm going to add some refried beans to the mix. About half a can of a 16-ounce can. The refried beans need some time to heat up before they get more pliable. So we're just going to let it continue cooking and simmering away. Boy, that smells good though. Smells just like the taco seasoning you would get from major manufacturers, you know. As it's heating up, the refried beans are breaking down a bit. Gonna get everything kind of well incorporated there. I can see all the habaneros. The refried beans are mixing in quite well. This is gonna be a tasty one. And we're just going to wait for some of that water to simmer off. While I'm waiting for the water to kind of evaporate, I'm going to go ahead and shred up a block of pepper jack cheese. Alright, I got the cheese all grated up. I used a little bit more than half the block. Meat is still going. It's kind of almost at that point now. Most of the water has evaporated. I can see there's beans in there, habaneros. It smells so good, guys. You have no idea. Also, while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and use some unsalted butter and grease one of these cake rounds. Alright, that's looking pretty groovy. I think it's about time to continue on to the next step. Next, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the Maxx in oven mode with the bake function to 350 and start her up, get it all preheated. Also to note, I have the wire rack in the bake to position. Next, I put one of the yellow tostada tortillas inside of my bake pan. As you can see, it has a little bit of leeway, and I'm hoping that afterwards I'll be able to kind of scoop it up like this. I don't know, we'll see. And if I can't, I could just eat it right out of here. Why not? While the Maxx is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the seasoned ground beef that also has the beans and the habaneros in it. Try to make kind of a thin layer. Spread it out evenly. But try to cover the whole tortilla as best as possible. Next, I'm going to add a layer of cheese. That's that pepper jack cheese I shredded. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another tostada. Put it right over the first one. And go ahead and add some more of the seasoned ground beef, refried beans, and habanero mix. Spread it out, make sure it's covering the whole tortilla. And then add another layer of cheese. Don't pile it too high because you want to do as many layers as you can, but you want to have enough cheese where it's like melted goodness. Then we're going to go ahead and add another tortilla. That's the third one now. Kind of push it down, not too hard, but just so it sticks. And add another layer of the seasoned ground beef, refried beans, and habanero. And you can use whatever you like. You don't need to use habaneros. You don't need to use the ghost pepper powder. It's just that I like things really spicy and hot, you know? So you may want to tone it down or tune it up, whatever your likings are, you know? Go ahead and add some more cheese. And we're going to add another layer. Add some more of the meat mixture, and then add some more cheese. Now you could leave it just like this, or you could top it with another tostada and add some more cheese on top of the tostada to give it a nice cheesy crispy layer on top. The Maxx is heated up to temperature, but I'm also going to add a little bit of cheddar jack on top. That way it gives a little bit of kind of orange color to it. There we go. So I got everything all stacked up in this bake pan. It feels nice and hefty. First thing we should do is go ahead and try out this bean beef mixture that I made with the habanero. Kind of got all of it on this spoon. That is good. So now that the Maxx is heated up, bake light has turned solid. Let's go ahead and put this in. And they say let it go for 20 minutes. I don't think that's going to be right. I think that's too long. I'm going to go ahead and set it for like 8 minutes and see what it looks like right after that. Because I have a feeling by then the cheese is all going to be melted. So here we go. All right, time is up. Let's check it out. Yeah, so all the cheese is melted, but I still want to give it a little bit of a kind of like cooked cheese, you know, like a lasagna the way it looks. I want to give it that kind of appearance. So I'm going to go ahead and set it on air fry for a couple minutes, and that should definitely finish it up. All right, it's been about a minute. I could already see the cheese developing those kind of brown spots. I don't want to let it go too long because then it's going to burn. But it's definitely looking really nice. And I think we're done. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. 2 minutes went by. Oh boy, that looks good. That looks really good. Exactly the way I was hoping it would turn out. Let me take you down and show you what it looks like. That is what we are looking at. Nice toasted cheese. Everything looks so good. I'm not sure if it's going to come out of there in one piece or if it's all going to fall apart. I think I'm going to let it cool for another minute and then we'll check it out. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to come out of there or if I should just slice it in here, but I really want it to come out. Sure, I could plop it upside down, but I really don't want to do that. Maybe if I go Like that. There we go. That's not too shabby. Now let me show you what we're looking at. Wow, that's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna add some toppings. Gonna add a dollop of sour cream, and then some guacamole. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And we're back. Wow, this really does look quite amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dig into it and let you guys know what I think. Got some guacamole, sour cream, fork, cheese is melting down. As you can see, that looks so good. One more thing. It's actually pretty dang spicy, so I'm going to use some Tia Lupita hot sauce, which is not a spicy hot sauce. Very mild. I'll tell you what, it almost tastes like a Taco Bell product, except homemade and way better. All right, here we go again. All right, I'm going to eat the rest in peace, but I'll tell you what, this was a super good idea. Double thumbs up, food experienced approved on this one, yo. That's what I'm talking about. So with that said, I definitely recommend doing this. It's super easy to make, only a few steps, not really too complicated. Definitely give it a go, folks. Also, I would love to know your thoughts on this. Feel free to comment down below, and I'll get back to you in a timely manner. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got all kinds of good things coming up. And with that said, happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I'm KJ Andio, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care. Have a stellar day. Be excellent. And I'll see you next time. Laters.